British are traditionally not known for their cuisine, although this stereotype is no longer true, as was shown last year in the BBC series MasterChef. However, the message hasn't yet reached all sections of the population.
Hello and welcome to the semi-final of Student MasterChef, and let's have a look at our 3 contestants' menus. Dave from Sheffield Poli is starting with toast, followed by a main course of toast and Marmite, and for dessert, toast and 3-year-old strawberry jam he found at the back of the larder. John from Brighton Poli has hors d'oeuvre of cornflakes with St. 5 pints as he's run out of milk, followed by far too much chili con carne with badly burned rice, and to finish, that yoghurt he bought in Marseille while interrailing. Graham from Oxford has chosen to start with 10 pints of lager. Then pigeon breast marinated in pork with walnut and radicchio and a Provençal dressing, and finishing with a collection of sexist rugby songs and copious vomiting.
Eating out has apparently become more popular over the last 10 years, despite the fact that for those who don't eat out much, advertising seems to do its level best to try and confuse them.
Can I have the steak with chips?
I'd like that lobster that sings about what credit cards you take, please.
All advertising of food is a bit weird, because, like, the only slogan you've really got is food, eat it, or you die. This leads to all sorts of desperate image-making, like trying to make us think that Weetabix is a hard cereal, a thug in the breakfast bowl. Well, let's see just how hard a Weetabix really is. What a puff. Anyway, other countries have different attitudes towards food, and many British visitors are shocked when they realise that in France, it's quite common to find restaurants which specialise in horse meat.
Garçon, what do you recommend from this menu?
I recommend the pepper steak, trained by Gaston Leroux, owned by Anne-Marie Leclerc. The going is good to medium rare, chomp chop, worth the risk at current prices, and of course T-bone, today's favourite.
How long is all this going to take to cook?
Chomp chop ready at 10 to 1, T-bone at 5 to 1, and they're away and onto the grill, and it's chomp chop on the left with sausages on the right, and as they come into the first turn, in goes the spatula, and chomp chop has fallen, and that leaves sausages that have been in the fridge for 3 weeks, and they're off.
Italian food is very popular. You can always tell an Italian restaurant by the fact that there will be a picture of the 1982 Italian World Cup squad on the wall, and underneath the words Campione del Mondo, which is Italian for didn't win the last 2 times. Non-Italian pizza restaurants brings us to the question of the salad bar.
OK, sirs, if you'd like to help yourself to the salad bar, you'll find a selection of plastic trays half full of rather manky vegetables. And do note the skillful way in which the bits of sweet corn have managed to get into all of them. Then there's the choice of salad dressings. That's French, Thousand Island or blue cheese. That's the oily one, the one that looks like sick, and the one that looks like semen.
What about fish and chip shops? How do these traditional British institutions keep going in the face of increased competition?
Well, we take the very finest fresh cod, then we say this is far too expensive and put it back, buy a couple of old North Sea bus pass cases, dip them in 2 coats of Dulux vinyl emulsion and fry them for 4 hours in pure Castrol. Do you want a 5-year-old can of Fanta? You know, with the old logo.
It's very difficult to get it right with waiters. Some of them seem to specialise in making you feel totally inferior.
Yes, sir.
What do you recommend?
I recommend you try and look less poor, sir. Have you ever been to a harvester before?
Generally speaking, however, waiters do get a hard time, and none more so than the ones that work in Indian restaurants, where the customers always behave in the same way.
Yeah, to start, I want far too many poppadoms, and then a main course I'm too full to eat.
I'd like the vindaloo to show how hard I am.
I'd like to be the one who at some point says, you know, they never actually eat this sort of food in India.
Right, I'll be the one who orders fried chicken, chips and peas then.
And I want the vindaloo so hot that you all have to watch me sweating a lot on my upper lip, and then I can make a really unfunny joke about going to the toilet tomorrow morning.
You know, they never actually eat this sort of food in India.
Oh.
Tonight, we examine the question which is on the lips of the nation. Why is the England cricket team so crap? I mean, it's supposed to be our national sport, the sound of leather against willow, or in England's case, the sound of willow against air. I mean, what is the cause of our cricketing demise? We had a hidden camera in the Australian dressing room just before the last game.
OK, we're going to slip swing on the backward short stump with a couple of early bouncers. Let's go, Australia! Go, Australia! Go, go, go!
Meanwhile, in the England dressing room...
Just run through it again. They throw the ball at me.
No, they bowl the ball at you.
No, you've lost me.
Like this.
All right, ready?
Meanwhile, in the commentary box, the job of the pundits is to resist the knee-jerk reaction of the press and public and provide a more thoughtful and a more considered analysis.
And what a completely crap performance we have seen by England today. Let's run through the scores. Australia, in their first innings, scored 214 off the first over and went on to score 796 before declaring that England were crap at bowling. Then England went in. The opening pair, Gooch and Larkins, were both crap. Atherton came in, looked promising, and then was crap. Robin Smith came in, took a middle stump guard, looked fiercely determined, and then was crap. By this time, England were on 19 for 4. Australia then brought on 2 new bowlers, Madge from Neighbours, and a small koala bear called Timmy, both of whom wreaked havoc on the England batsmen. And so it went on. 2 England players went for a duck, another was bowled by a duck, and the rest just ran away in embarrassment. From now on, it's been announced that MCC will stand for massively crap cricketers.